Hello, good morning, everyone, every evening, afternoon, depending on where you are. I am Sunday.
And Jigo.
Yeah, we are online business owners, and we have our episode last week. We were talking about episode 1 was about business knowledge, where we had 7 days challenge talking about our business. And this week we have started another episode. This is episode 2, and this episode is about learning from animals that they are animals that we can really learn great lessons from them. And today we are going to learn from an eagle. Today we are going to pick the eagle and learn 7 lessons, 7 principles that the eagle use to become successful. If anyone tells you that you are an eagle, for sure you are a success. An eagle are seen as a sign, as a symbol of success, as a symbol of winners. Eagle is used in many countries, even other countries use it in their emblem. So eagle is used in many things. In businesses, people use it as a logo. I too have it, even on my Facebook page. I have it as a background cover. It has been there for more than 10 years now. I have never thought of changing it. It has been there for me. So today we are going to learn 7 lessons that we can really get from an eagle, what eagle does. And yeah, eagle is one of the greatest animal, that the greatest bird that is really strong, and it is known for its strength and vision and other things we are going to learn. One of the greatest thing that I learned from an eagle is that they fly high, very high, and they don't fly with other people, with other birds. They leave the other birds below and they fly high to the high altitudes. They fly alone. And what does that signify? What do I learn from that the eagle flies so high and flies alone? It means that there might be other friends or other people that may easily bring you down. So eliminate yourself from wrong people, from wrong group, so that you can be able to fly high, and fly to the high altitude, so that you can be able to make great changes in your life, whether being it on your job, on your family, on your business, in everything. Sometimes you really don't need the other people. Sometimes you need to go alone. And if you're to get some people along with you, they should be eagles like you. Yeah. They don't fly with the ducks and chicken. They don't fly. The chicken and the ducks, they don't reach to that altitude, because that altitude is not easy reaching there. So they fly alone. So that is it. We are going to learn the second principle, and Jigo is going to tell us.
Yeah, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Very grateful week, this week in October. We are learning about the eagle as being explained. You know, eagle is a sign of divinity, is a sign of success, because eagle always is very strong bird among all birds. So the second principle is that eagles have an accurate vision. You know, eagles, the vision they have is to fly far as 5 kilometers away, no matter what obstacles. And eagle will not have his focus on the prey until he grabs it.
Yeah.
See? So
that is powerful.
Yeah. So that means that we have a vision and remain focused, no matter what the obstacles, and you will succeed wherever you are. So you be aware, don't mind of obstacles, but mind of your vision. What is your vision about? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to get, like an eagle? So this teaches us to be focused always in whatever we are to get in our vision. Yeah.
Yeah, that is really very great to have a vision, and to have a vision like an eagle. For this week, this is a week of eagles. So have a great vision like an eagle. Look very far like an eagle. So our third principle that we learn from an eagle is that the third lesson that we learn from an eagle is that eagle don't eat dead things. Yeah. They like the fresh one. They are eating fresh things that are really fresh with blood. And what do I learn from that as a person, as a business person? What do I learn from that as a business owner? What do I learn from that as a mother? What do I learn from that as a parent? What do I learn from that as a human being on earth that is always chasing things, and it means that I don't rely on my previous success. A new way of how I can really succeed. And after succeeding, I have to look on the other one. I don't need to be comfortable with what I have. I need to be uncomfortable to move to the unstoppable. So eagles, they don't eat their they don't eat the dead food. They eat the ones which are fresh. So we should always embrace our new success, and after achieving that, we don't remain there, achieve another one and another one, another one. Don't continue celebrating that one for a very long time while you are not achieving a new one. So we strive for a new thing, and we should always strive for a new success in our lives. Yeah. So that is one of the characteristics of an eagle that I really love so much. He always, or she always, loves new success, new things, new strategies, and that is really very powerful.
Wow, that's grateful. The third one, the fourth is eagles love the storm. You see, storm is the way that teaches us to look further. So when clouds gather, the eagles gets excited and uses the storm's wind to lift itself high. See that? Once it finds the air, eagles, when a female eagle meets a male eagle, the eagle uses the raging storm to lift itself above the clouds. You see, above the clouds. This gives the eagle an opportunity to glide and rest its wing, balance, soar. That's why always you see eagles when they go high, there the temperature is different, and they soar, raise all the wings up. And then you can see an eagle fly more than 5 kilometers away looking for a prey. This it means to us that face your challenges head on, knowing that these will make you emerge strong and better than you were. It's that.
Yeah.
So that is how we as people have to live an eagle life, facing the storm as a way to achieve all that we need to get. We should not relax and fear the storm, but we have to face it. Yeah.
That is really powerful. That one reminds me when it is coming to rain and the clouds have gathered, and I can see the eagles going high, very high. They had a reason for that. So another strategy that the eagle uses, I love this one so much. And this one is to determine commitment. And that one is mostly in relationship. You know, the eagles are really one of the wisest animals, wisest birds that are really living. The eagles, when they wanted to meet the male, wanted to meet the female eaglet. So they test first, they have to test the eagle, the male eagle, if it's really strong enough for this commitment, for this relationship, if they can really manage it. So what they do is that the female eagle, the eagle, she comes down and pick a twig, like a leaf, and then he flies high, and leaves the twig from up there. Knowing that the male eagle should come and pick it, should grab it before it falls down. So when it picked it for the first time, and then it picks it again from the male eagle and go higher than before. And then the male eagle follow and pick it, and she drops it from there, and the male eagle has to pick. This exercise that it goes for about 1 hour for the female eagle to believe that this eagle can really take care of her, and be able, now after that, if she is contented of what the male eagle can do, and then they meet. That is really very powerful, and that determines the commitment. And it means that in everything we should really be committed. We should be committed in whatever that we do. whether in business, that whether in private or in business, we should be committed. We should have committed people who have great intention for whatever that you want. And for that eagle, if you're really not committed, you cannot really continue for 1 hour just like that. And the heights are always increased. The first height has to go higher, and more the second one has to be higher than the first one, and the third one, and all like that. It determines commitment and how we can really be committed. And it shows that each and every one of us, whether in business or in whatever thing that we do, we have to be committed. And we should also align ourselves with those who have commitment, who are committed to whatever goal that we are setting, and also be committed to have the same move. Like, I like what the soldier says, that comrades are those people who have the same goals, the same aims, the same ambition. They all have the same. So that is it. I really love that strategy. I think we should also put it in our relationship to determine whether the partner or the person you want to be in business or in whatever field is really committed. And that is that you have to test the person.
Yeah, well, that is great. And that's also not only showing commitment, but it's also love, testing that thing for 1 hour for each other. So it tests your ability, whether you really love that your partner, you see, whether you love each other. So ego has the lessons that we learn from that as people, and let us embrace it. That is very wonderful. So the other one is that eagles prepare for training. Eagles, they prepare the young ones, the young eaglets, for training. Once they were there, when they were young, they were catered for. The real ego can bring prey and feed them, but time comes when the ego wanted the eaglets now to come out from the comfort zone. So it has to remove the softy parts of the nest. You see, until it is left bare. The bigger sticks are the ones left now. So the eaglets become uncomfortable there. So they feel like they are falling. So that when they fall and they begin flying for themselves. So that's why it is very important.
That is a very nice training.
Very, very important training. It teaches us that let us leave our comfort zone. When we are young, we are catered, we are taken care of by our parents. Everything is brought for us. If you're comfortable, you can take milk, take whatever, ask anything, ice cream. You're in comfort zone, but time comes when you're above 18. You see what happened. So your parent teaches you also to hold as a hoe, and you go and dig, or to go and fish. You see, you're prepared for training, to take action for your life, for your livelihood on earth. So that one is important. It means that we should stay aware, be prepared to leave the comfort zone. You see that there is no growth there. When you leave that comfort zone where things are there and you feel it's okay for yourself, no, leave it, come away, come out, struggle, see for your vision, so that God can add that.
Yeah, that was our 6th strategy, and we have the last one here, and which is the 7th one. I love the eagle so much. In most of my posts on our business page, or even on my personal page, I have the eagle. Most times I have the eagle there, and I love the eagle so much, so much. And one of the strategy of this eagle is that the last one that we can ever learn, that the training part, I really love it. It really teaches me a lot that we don't stop learning. We are to continue learning. There is a saying that when you stop learning, you start dying. So I love that one so much. So the last one is here, that the ego, when the ego is now old and knows that already the strength is over, the feathers are now weak, and the cloud are now weak, he cannot now, or she cannot fly to the high altitudes as he used to be, cannot dance in the storm, cannot catch the prey properly. So the ego does something. He goes to a cave, to a very private place that is very far, sometimes in the mountains, and he enters deep there in the cave. And he stays there until when all the feathers, all the clouds got removed. And it's a very painful process. It's really a very painful process that the eagle goes through, and it's not easy.
Yeah.
It doesn't just happen in one day. It is taking a very long process, and it's very painful. Now the eagle will be there in that cave until it is bare, without any feather on the body. The eagle will just stay there until when there is no feather in the body. So until when the feather is finished, and waits there for a new growth of the feathers. So when those feathers grow up, slowly the clouds also,
everything comes back.
Everything comes back, and then it becomes new again. It becomes new again. It has gained back its strength. It has, and it's not an easy process, because I assume the eagle do not have food there. Maybe if it has taken some food for it to eat, but not really much.
Ones, the worms,
cannot get the best ones. It's really a very painful process, but it's really worth it. It is worth having that process, because when it has gone through that process, new feathers starts to grow, new clouds start to grow up, new beaks start to grow up, and it becomes new again. Yeah. It gains back its strength and start flying again high to very high altitude. So what does it mean to us as human beings? What do we learn from this process? It tells us that occasionally we need to shed off our old behaviors, our old characters that cannot ever help us, that cannot make us to soar high. I just love that I have a tagline saying that it's time to soar. So if those behaviors cannot let us to soar higher to the high altitudes that we need to be, we need to shed it off. Why not? We need to shed it off and grow a new behaviors, new feathers, new strategies in life that can really make us grow, that can make us change, that can make us move, that can make us develop. We should get rid of our old characters, all the things that does not make us grow. And we have to analyze that. And every day, if we are not seeing results, we will just figure out what is it that is really making us not get results. And if we discover them, that is this 1, 2, 3, and then we have to eliminate them one by one until all of them is off, and we start also admiring people who succeed. What do they use? What are their strategies? And then if we can also borrow from them, yes, and others that we can develop from within us, that we can say, okay, I have to stop this one, I have to start this one if I really need to succeed. So we should get rid of our old behaviors, our old characters, our old motives that do not make us succeed. So we have to get rid of them and then develop new strategies for development, for the success, for winners. We are eagles, and this day is day for eagles.
Yeah, that's right. Wow, that's very great. Our viewers, we have learned from Eagle, and it was the story that Eagle went through as a strong bird, and that will reflect to us human beings. So we hope we need to embrace that in a good faith and see successes in our individual lives wherever we are. Yeah, God bless you. I think if anything Sunday can add on.
Yeah, what I can say is that today is a day of an eagles. You are an eagle and I am an eagle. Let us learn from these 7 strategies. We're just going to put them down. These 7 strategies we have to learn from the eagle and start soaring higher. It's time for us to soar. It's time for us to move higher to the higher altitudes. It's time for us to shed off all our old beings and start the new strategies. It's a time for us to commit ourselves, to be committed to whatever that we do, whether being in business, whether being in family. It's time for us to stay committed and also be with those people who are committed to the same goal. And we should really live out the old things and also the people who let us down. We should leave it and get people who are committed, and so that we can be able to soar high. I just like that eagles they fly with eagles, because they cannot even fly with the birds,
sparrows,
with
other
the
birds,
chicken and ducks, because the chicken and duck cannot reach in that high altitude, and reaching there is never easy. It needs determination, it needs focus, it needs vision. Yeah, it needs planning, and that is those are the most relevant thing that we can really learn from this eagle. And I just wish you a very nice, happy month, happy week, and happy Monday. This is the first Monday of the month, and this is the 10th month of the year. Happy Monday and happy day. Be an eagle. Thank you very much. And tomorrow we are going to learn from the lion. We are going to learn the king of the jungle. We are going to learn from the lion. So guys, stay with us tomorrow, 6:30 or 6:40 a.m. East African time. We shall be coming live to share about the lessons we can learn from the lion. So guys, this is it for today. Have a nice time. Catch up with you later.
Soar high.
Soar high. It's time to soar.
Yeah.
Yes, and be an eagle. Be an eagle.
Be an eagle.
Yeah. Thank you guys. See you.
Yeah. Bye.